greet you, fellow Biafrans all over the world. This evening, I want to talk about this court case of our supreme leader and the happenings around it, especially as regards the manifestation of foolishness from those of our detractors as represented by Madubunketa Benjamin. Before we go in there, please, I want to join the host of lovers of freedom all over the world to celebrate our illustrious son and our very gallant leader, the Prime Minister, Biafran Republic government in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Our great leader, we salute you, we celebrate you. Happy birthday to you. You are a leader, you are a warrior, you are an Aluta general, and of course, you are a hero. Salute. For all your efforts, all your commitment, including this Biafran coin that is just launched, is coming almost the same time with the BRICS currency, BRICS coin. We thank you for all your commitment. We thank you for your doggedness. We thank you for resilient and undeterred, undistracted focus. Even when there are a lot of noisemakers around, detractors, good for nothing elements who we tag never do well, that make their preoccupation gossiping. You stand against all this odds. You kept your head straight, very focused, and you are achieving. Within the short space of 2 years, 8 months, here we are. Biafra is mentioned everywhere again. After our leader was kidnapped, these non-entities were busy scampering for who will be in charge of IPOB resources, who will be the leader, who will be in charge, who should take oath and who doesn't, who is oath member and who is not oath member. They have preoccupied themselves with irrelevant things and finally crown it by turning all the teachings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu upside down, telling us to now go to Ipoisinana, telling us now to go back to politicians, telling us that all the thing Onyendu told us about we having to cut all ties with politicians will not hold, thereby taking us back to Stone Age. But as it is in the ultimate will of the God Almighty we serve, they are disappointed, and that is why they are still ranting till today. So we celebrate you once again. Happy birthday. You are sovereign. We are praying for you. We are with you. You have our support maximally. And we know what you have just achieved that we are recording today will be a very little thing to that you are to achieve in weeks and months to come. Great leader Simon Ekpa, we salute you. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, here is Akpan Asoko again with you from your own most loved channel, Biafran Radical Freedom TV, where you get the truth as it is. And this fateful evening, we want to talk about this, our Supreme Leader's court case and all the things that happened as matter arising. We want to start from the Benjamin Madubunketa's demonstration of madness, and we want to say, you people should just be tired. You have tried everything. Benjamin Madubonketa, other people who are not of Biafran origin were putting calls, putting comments. Some even came, like Shore came in the last sitting, and they were all showing their concern, talking about the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Even Sunday Igboho himself. Everyone commenting from all quarters, pointing at the injustice against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But you were sent by the criminals in the DOS to come and embarrass yourself. And then you got what you wanted. Right there and then. Others are complaining, feeling, having compassion, having pity for what our leader is passing through. All because he doesn't want to give up. All because he wants to make sure that he secures the interest of the whole people of Biafra. What was of concern to you and these criminal elements in the DOS is leadership, leadership, leadership. From the very day this man was, and even the reason why he was sold out because of struggle for leadership. Did he make Simon Ekpa? Did he command us to follow Simon Ekpa because you were doing well? It was because the IPOB DOS were not performing. He didn't see anybody useful there. That was why he had to. And you being envious and demonstrating bitterness, it doesn't help you. It will never help you. Rather, you are banking Okugapoge. All of you that are involved in this mess, you are banking, you are taking to the bank Okugabunu. I heard you making threats. It's not today we start hearing you threats, and you and China Samoa slave. You made threats the other day. You were what they will deal with these people, how they will deal with. It's not today. When China Samoa slave was coming on Radio Biafra to call on ESN members who were no more loyal to him, calling their names to the DSS, and he promised that they will all be dealt with and their houses were waloko. They will set ablaze. Their houses were set ablaze. The way he promised it, he called their names on Radio Biafra, and the coming week or weeks later, he still came back to say yes, that DSS have dealt with them. And Onyendu there in the court said, Onyendu was very painstakingly, he was mentioning the threats he was talking about. And you know who possessed it. But you were diverting the attention. You tried to, if not that Onyendu is a strong man, you tried to divert his attention by those your agents who were calling, Simon Ekpa. And you got what you wanted. Outrightly, you were cautioned. Don't mention Simon Ekpa here. Because he is not the focus. You know yourselves. All your threats, he was mentioning it. Or you thought Onyendu is afraid of Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa knows Onyendu. Onyendu is standing in Nigerian court. You see how he was bashing at them? Even in the 2014, when he was there, you saw how he was bashing. He is a very brave fellow. He's not a coward. If, as they mentioned Simon Ekpa there, if Simon Ekpa was a threat, outrightly, but he knows that the people who are causing the terror in our land are you and your men. Because you are working with politicians, you are going against his instructions. He said everything clearly. Everything he kicked against, you are all doing it. You are going back to politicians. And you think people are not taking record of all your doings? How many times we have captured you in video where you are squandering money you got from selling our leader, you and Karuwite. Before the election, the general election, this election they called election, you were seeing the same during the election. You were making threats how you will come with military losses. Then, fellow dear friends, we want to take this painstakingly also. You remember who is this Benjamin Marabunketa? This Benjamin Marabunketa is the ESN commander. He hails from Ihiala. This man, his colleagues, he was the one writing the names of those ones that now they found as the growth elements in the ESN. Then those that they were buying, calling to the DSS. You can see now that they're the ones always working with the DSS, Nigerian DSS, all along from beginning. As soon as he was bold to say that he will call their names to the DSS to deal with them, and they did it. He did it, and DSS dealt with those guys, their families. This Benjamin Marabunketa is ESN commander. Nigerian government declared IPOB a terrorist organization. Ano Ejimako took Nigerian government to court. Last 4 months in Enugu Federal High Court, he won Nigerian government. Last 4 months, these people were fighting Simon Alo Ejimako for going to court. So, in other words, these guys have been responsible. They have always worked with the government, with the Southeast governors. The Igbo governors, they have always worked with them, even while Onyendu was out. Now, so they were giving Igbo governors information, inside details. Now, after Alo Ejimako won this case in the court, they began everywhere on social media to condemn Alo Ejimako. They were lampooning him. That is not where I'm going, you know. Now, you remember that all the cases Alo Ejimako ever stood for, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he won all. His own friend, his own a colleague, partner in crime, Black and White, never won anything for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He was always busy making Umuchineke, collecting money, cashing out. That he has too much now to even go to clubs. And he was not just spreading money. He was bringing money in bundles like Obi Kubana. If you remember what happened during the burial funeral ceremony of Obi Kubana's mother, remember this way what happened exactly. That measure that way, they were bringing money in the cases. That was the way. The video is here. You have watched it. Most of you have watched the video. That is what Karo White is now doing, going to club. Karo White that was hungry 2014. Now he is cashing out from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He is building. He is now taking tickets to run election House of Anambra House of Assembly. He has an abundance right now. Now Benjamin Madbuk want to maintain. He want to use the DOS to maintain the structure because they were always telling Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to convert IPOB to political party. Most of you IPOB members will know this. It is information that is open. Onyendu refused that our freedom is the ultimate. Now, they want to now use IPOB, they want to make people see Simon Ekpa as the evil person. They want to paint every bad image of Simon Ekpa so that if you know when Simon Ekpa leaves this struggle, everything is gone. It is finished. Now that Nnamdi Kanu is inside. It is finished. Stephanie. Now, because they want to advance their imagine somebody that his leader is in detention, suffering with all the ailments, the diseases that they have caused the man to suffer now. He was only interested in leadership. The leader. So that when they are in charge of the leadership, they command the obedience of Biafrans. They manipulate everyone into supporting their lineage of Karo White's politics. They now begin to fully enjoy wealth, like Ojo Okano, like Ate Zinupo, like all of them. That is their target. The Mpurumiru already came out to tell you his political ambition. He cannot fight his country. Immediately, he still went back to South Africa. He started talking about donation for ESN again. Their father, already came out to even declare this last week that they sold this thing to Southeast governors. Now the Southeast governors are disappointing them. Everything is playing out. Yet a lot of Utulenses are here, still waiting to argue me. How can ESN leader be living in Asu Villa? How can ESN leader Benjamin Madubonketa be living in Asu Villa, whereas the federal government of Nigeria has proscribed the organization he belongs in? The organization he belongs in he is not just a member of the organization, he is the leader of the militia group of the organization, whom the federal government have marked out for decimation. Those his members who are not in agreeing with him, their houses have been burned to. The federal government is after this man, but he is living in Abuja, and he's not even hiding it. During the election, he promised, during this election, they called election, he promised that if Simon Ekpa tried to stop the election, that he's coming back with military convoys. All of you heard that. He is not pretending about it. He is living there in Asu Villa. That is Federal Capital Territory. That is why Martin Nandekano said the qualities of members of this family, no matter any position anybody claim that he's holding in IPOB, IPOB has, from anybody who is not found within this catchment, is not a member of IPOB, and the person is a criminal. That was why he was afraid of coming inside the court to see Martin Nandekano. He cannot stand Nandekano. The same person that was in a detention with Martin Nandekano in the 2014 case, he's walking free. Not only that, outside the court, he now had to go and stop Martin Nandekano's junior brother. He stopped Martin Nandekano and began to confront him even when people were there. He was busy shouting IPOB, IPOB, IPOB. But to you, ordinary person who is an IPOB member, go to the street of Abuja and mention IPOB. And tell me why you will not remain in Kuje prison for the next 8 years until Tinubu finishes his government. But Benjamin Madubonketa is there mentioning IPOB, IPOB, IPOB. That is the same way. Whenever we are having sit at home on Mondays, they will do camera even standing with police officers, videoing. You see, nobody is sitting at home. Nobody is sitting at home. Simon is a criminal. Nobody is sitting at home. In the evening, they will go to their cocoon, where they call a radio reference, and now shout that Simon Ekpa is killing people to stay. YouTube, sorry, we are relating our issue. It's a real issue about our existence here, please. So that Simon Ekpa is buying our people. He's doing this, he's doing that, and they forgot. They went out in the daytime to video the environment to say nobody is sitting at home, and they found out they forgot that people were watching them to see that when they show people nobody is sitting at home, none of these people faced any kind of threat nor molestation, and they were going freely. And they are the ones who are still coming up to tell you Simon Ekpa is buying people doing that. It's constituting nuisance. Whereas in reality, they are the ones that perpetrate this terror, unleashing mayhem at every given opportunity without any provocation, because they want to underscore whatever Simon Ekpa is doing. They want to undermine and blackmail Simon Ekpa, his achievements. Biafrans, you should ask, why is the same IPOB that is proscribed, that even Idara, my sister, she was there, she languished in DSS facility for over 1 year. Mama Biafra, for over 1 year, was any of these persons found in terror, was still with Lago fine, because they only wore clothings or materials that had inscription of IPOB. But here comes the people that are telling you somebody is causing terror. You see them shouting IPOB anywhere they like in the same Nigeria. These same people accusing you are the same DOS members who are going to Nigeria every now and then and going home. Every now and then, a lot of them are even going with a government convoy. They get a security man, and The same Simon Ekpa that they say cannot come to Nigeria is now the one that is working with government. And people are listening to all this. Is it not time we begin to ask ourselves questions? Because something is fundamentally wrong. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right there and then in the court said, if you are not found within, you must be very bold and brave before your enemy. Very, very bold, very brave, very courageous before your enemy. Without fear before your enemies. But here come women. They are cowards. They don't know what they want. They don't have compassion for the poor. In as much as they are working to advance their political selfish interest, they can do anything. Anything at all they can do. They are ready to do anything. Philippian friends, are you telling me you are not understanding what we are doing here? Because if you say no, it is Arolwani. Of course I'm telling you. How can okay. What happened to Urumiri Uruagu when he came? All the people that these people are running after, are they not all the persons that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned their names? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned, said, Asari Dokubo, he has done cost harm beyond repairs. He has done worse than Satan. Asari Dokubo. But these people are running back to Asari Dokubo. Asari Dokubo even confessed himself. Uchechi they brought to Uchechi. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did everything to keep his family away from IPOB. Because it's not a personal business. But these people had to go and rally all of these people together. They had to rally all this Ndoshi together. They go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu family, all the members of family that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't want to bring to public, they brought out everybody, including his wife, who now begin to fight Simon Ekpa alongside them. I mean, Onyendu's wife. Joining now the enemies to fight his husband. Immediately Onyendu was captured. She first go to sell Onyendu's property and bought new one. So what are we going to get fire Ekura PBA? What thing we go talk leave the order? Fellow Biafrans, we must reason from our head and not behind. Thank you, lovers of freedom, for this opportunity you have given me to communicate this fateful evening. I am very grateful. Akpan Asuko, asking you to please kindly help us to share this video. Kindly help us to let other people know about this site. Just share this video. Let it go viral the little way you can. And I'm grateful you did. Thank you all. Thank you all. Remain blessed.